But the Cruiserweight division is set to return to Monday Night Raw, which I thought was interesting. It was announced this past week. So it is coming back to Raw. In what form or fashion, we have no idea. It was basically not a throwaway comment, but it was made before the announcements of Daniel Bryan and Mick Foley being revealed as his GMs for Raw and SmackDown, respectively. So it was kind of buried underneath those announcements. And obviously, I forgot to talk about it earlier, but I'm happy for it. I think it's great. You guys have been asking me time and time again, literally every episode, almost every episode of hashtag AskGSM over the past 3 years, I've had at least one question asking me, when or if is the Cruiserweight division ever going to be brought back? And I'm glad it is. We have the new show, which has been great. I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, but you kind of get a gist of the concept that it's going to be an amazing show going forward. I'm glad they're bringing it back. Cruiserweights are the new in thing nowadays, I guess is the right way to put it. And you have a lot of talent that could be in there too. Kalista's on SmackDown, which I thought was the head scratcher, but you have Neville on Raw, you have Balor on Raw. I wouldn't put Neville in that division, or rather Balor in that division, but I guess we'll have to see. Apparently they already signed Ibushi, Grand Metalik, possibly Cedric Alexander, and a few others, so great for them. All those guys have been great so far in the series. Hopefully Zack Sabre Jr. ends up there, as well as a few others, Tozawa and a few others as well. But I like the move. And I also like it on Raw. I don't like how Raw really has all the women, all the prominent women for the most part. They have all the tag teams for the most part. And we have American Alpha on SmackDown, I get that, and the Usos, and the Vaudevillains. That's not saying much, but it's something, I guess. And that's pretty much it. And Raw has all the hot tag teams. They have all the hot acts. They have New Day, Club, Enzo and Cass. They have the Dudley Boys. And I don't know if it's really necessary to have the Cruiserweight division on Raw with all those other aforementioned divisions really being stacked on Monday nights. And maybe they even it out in the next couple weeks, who knows. But I've been talking about it for years, that that third hour, not the whole third hour, but, part of that third hour for Raw can be a great, solid, substantial Cruiserweight division, as it was in WCW. It really worked well for them. 3 hours did not work well for them, but Raw has been 3 hours for almost 4 years. 4 years on Saturday, if you can believe that. It's crazy to think it's been that long. That Raw's been 3 hours for that long, but I can't believe, honestly, it's taken them this long to come up with the idea to bring back that division for Raw, and to do it not as, again, for the first hour or whatever, but who knows, so we'll see how that plays out. But I'm really happy to see the division back. There's a lot of people that could be a part of it, like I said, all the aforementioned names from the Cruiserweight Classic show, and a few other people on the main roster, but I'm happy for the division being brought back. Cruiserweight division was a big part of SmackDown early on. Now, when they try to revive it in the mid-2000s with fucking Super Porky and all that shit, it was awful, obviously. But if it's done right, you have great talent and they take it seriously. They've taken tag teams more seriously now. They're taking the women more seriously. Not so much the mid-card, but that's always been an issue with WWE. But at least the women and tag team scenes are doing a lot better than they were, even a few months ago or, at this point last year, So hopefully the Cruiserweight division is no exception, and hopefully Triple H can get his hands on the Cruiserweight division in the WWE, not only in NXT, and we can see a lot of those guys on this Cruiserweight Classic show on the main roster, killing it as they are right now in that show.